Hey everyone, and welcome to another All About RVs video. Today we're going to take a look at the all-new 2021 and a half XLR Hyper Lite HD 3310 toy hauler travel trailer. This is a triple slide out front kitchen toy hauler. We're going to take a few minutes, walk you through the inside of the RV, then we're going to go on to the outside of the RV, and then we'll go back inside, close it all up, show you what it looks like closed. We'll be right back on the inside. All right, guys, we're now up inside the new XLR 3310 here. We are up in the kitchen living room area. We're going to start up here and then kind of work our way through the RV. So starting up here in the kitchen section, you have a Dometic 8 cubic foot gas electric refrigerator, a little bit of storage up above. And then down below is where the furnace is actually located. That's the furnace return down there. You have the Furrion oven with the glass stove front, the LED lit knobs there, has a 3-burner stove top, and then it also has a glass lid that folds down, kind of acts as a little extra counter space, or a little bit of a backsplash when it's actually up. There's a window behind that area right there that does open. Traditional microwave. A little bit of storage over there. There are 3 electric outlets on the bottom of the cabinet section here. Obviously, you have some overhead cabinets. There is also a vent fan up there as well. You have 3 drawers and some storage below the sink right here. High-rise sprayer faucet does have the single bowl stainless undermount sink, and it has one of the little strainer covers as well. Over on the left side, you have 6 full extending ball bearing drawer guided drawers. There's an electric outlet on the end of the counter there as well. Now underneath of there you see kind of like that big blank space. That's actually the section underneath where like your generator type of stuff and things like that would actually go if you order the optional generator. You'll see that when we get outside. Another nice feature that does come on the camper, it does come with the tire pressure monitoring system. So it's kind of like what's on your car, kind of reminds you of a little bit there. It has this little monitor you plug in, stick it to the window of your truck, and it sends a wireless signal from the tires to that monitor to tell you what's going on with your tire pressure. Over here you have your fire extinguisher down below, the central vacuum system right there as well. There is the electric box with the breaker and fuses on the left side of the fire extinguisher. You have some cabinetry space here. Your main entry exit door here. And on the left is your little control panel there, which has things like the generator start stop button, slide out in and out button. You have all kinds of stuff there. Awnings, light switches, water pump, water heater, switch for gas, that type of stuff. And down below is the battery disconnect switch. You have an electric fireplace by Greystone here, 32-inch electric fireplace. Just below that is the dustpan vac for the central vac where you sweep all the dirt into. Sound bar, TV system there, and some more overhead cabinet space. Kind of looking down your roof area there, you can obviously see some kind of little LED lights up there. You have ducted AC system there. And you can also open the little quick cool feature at that big square and dump out most of the air there, or close it and it pushes it through the ductwork here. Sofa slide out section here. So that is a theater seat recliner. Deep tint safety glass windows. All those windows in the slide do open. And they also have roller shades. We'll pop up a picture here showing you that windshield out there actually has a big roller shade on it as well. So you'll find a lot of roller shades throughout the RV, except for the one behind the stove area over there. Here's going to be your bathroom door on the left. Now next to that bathroom door is your thermostat for your furnace and air conditioning controls, and down below your propane leak detector. You do have another window here that does open. But we're going to check out the bathroom first. We're going to pop up a couple pictures of this so it's a little bit easier to see. Start down below here. You have your porcelain foot flush toilet, little sink and medicine cabinet area over there, turbo exhaust fan up top, skylight up above the shower. You have the radius glassed in shower door section here. And there's a decent amount of room in here to actually get in and out of the shower pretty comfortably, get in here and get dressed and undressed. So it's a pretty good size area here for a travel trailer. That turbo exhaust fan up there has wall controls over there above the light switch. Going on back here into the bedroom area. Now the bedroom area technically has two slides. The bed itself is on a slide, and in the dresser across from it here, we'll also see when we spin around, is also on a slide. The bed raises up, so there is storage under there. You can also see the two tables that go in between the dinette seat system and the garage. You'll see that. You have USB charger ports down on the left. The windows in that bed slide area there do open as well. And you have some overhead cabinet space. Individual on-off reading lights underneath of there. And you do have another fan exhaust out here. And also you'll see a little white button thing up there. That is part of the pre-wire for the Winegard Wi-Fi system. It's basically got some wiring ran through the RV, but you would have to actually buy that Wi-Fi antenna system, aftermarket, and subscribe to some sort of Wi-Fi system if you wanted to use that. But it does have some wiring built into the RV for that. Now over there on the wall, there is some TV hookup stuff up there, a light switch and electric outlet as well. Now we're going to spin here so you can see the dresser area, closet area over here. That again is a slide out. Now over here, there is also some more TV hookups and a TV backer in there. So I'm not quite sure why you'd want two TVs in the RV, but I guess you could put two here or just one on either spot that you're more comfortable with. Sliding glass door here going in and out of the garage area does also have a screen on it as well. Now back here in the garage area, you do have dual sleeping area, if you want to call it that, along with the dinette area. So up top, I currently have pinned up the upper bunk. And then we have it in seat mode right now. And again, there's two tables that were under the bed. It can go into place in there, so you could sit back here and eat or play games or whatever. But you can lower the top bunk down using the lower bunk and sleep 4 people back here as well. Now up top, you can see this one was ordered with the second air conditioner. And there's also a couple electric outlets up there. And then on the end of the mattress up there, there's even a little area where they could set stuff up there as well. Window on both sides of that area do open. Now on this bed system here, You have to raise the lower bed up so that it catches the top bed and then brings it back down. Basically, the lower bed system is the part that really truly has the mechanisms to pull it up and down, and you're using that lower bed to hold the weight. What happens is here, there's a little clip on each section here that needs to be pushed in to bring down that top bunk, release it basically. So what you have to do when you want to bring down that top bunk, there's a little flip lever here. You flip that inward, and they're on each of those black poles. So you have 4 of those little gold things that you need to flip in, raise the bed up, allow it to release the top bunk, and then lower both back down. Now the top bunk will stop basically at this little gold plate here, and you can adjust the height of that top bunk by these different holes throughout this section here if you needed to adjust it for some reason. But overall, a nice little bed system. You do have kind of a rubber diamond plate little floor here, so it's not real slippery when you're rolling in and out with your toys. Nice heavy duty D-rings in the floor system. Door going in and out of the garage area here. Have some light switches, the bed control up and down switch, the rear air conditioner thermostat, and some TV hookups up there on that wall. And there's a heat vent down there as well. Spin back around here. Now this one was ordered with the party deck and the 3-season door. We're going to step out here onto the deck area. These deck areas, when they are in patio mode, are rated for about 1,500 pounds. You could also purchase aftermarket some steps to go off the center section if you wanted to, because it does have a little gate there. Now there's 2 lights back here. They're really meant for like loading and unloading at night, but if you do have the party deck, it kind of acts as a porch light as well. It's pre-wired for an observation or backup camera system up there also. This right here is that patio wall system. And basically those doors slide back and forth. They also unlatch like the one on the left for loading purposes. But you have screens and also glass. So if it's a nice fall night and you want to leave this patio down, you can obviously latch that closed and see in and out of here, but also, not have to put the patio up if you don't want. It helps keep your air conditioning in or your heat in, depending on the time of year, and allow you to still use the patio deck. If you don't order that optional 3-season door, then you'll get a screen basically. Now, one thing to remember when you do the 3-season door and even the patio system, you lose a few inches of garage. You can kind of see this right here. So you lose a little bit of garage space. That's probably, I'd say, 5 or 6 inches worth of space lost because of the 3-season door. And you can kind of see here, this door basically swings and then latches into place. Now, if you had just a motorcycle or something along those lines, you could obviously park it here in the middle and not lose that few inches of space. But if you got something real wide that you're trying to put in here, losing those few inches of space might mean a lot to you. So definitely make sure you do your proper measurements for your toys. All right, guys, we are going to head back to the outside. I want to show you around the outside. And then we're going to come back in and close this thing up. I want to show you what everything looks like closed up as well. We'll be right back on the outside. All right, guys, we're now back on the outside of the new XLR Hyper Lite 3010 toy hauler trailer here. Starting on the door side, kind of working our way around. We have power awning with an LED light strip built in. Has adjustable arms for tilting and water runoff. Also has a way to manually crank it in this front head. You can pop out the rubber plug, socket and ratchet in there, crank it in and out in case of an electronic failure. You have deep tint safety glass windows, and your main entry exit door here does have a window in it. The water heater right here, flip down the door, you can see your 1 1/16" drain plug in lower middle, electric switch on the left, and then your pressure relief valve in the top middle section there. Make sure you relieve the water pressure before you drain it out. Also, depending on the time of year of receiving your RV from the dealership, it may be in winterized mode. There's a bypass on the back of that water heater. You need to make sure you open that up so water can flow in and out properly, and that way you don't burn up that heating element or risk damaging it from turning on the gas improperly. Again, it works off gas or electric, either one. Down below, you can see the blue and red water line down there. Those are low point drains for storage purposes or winterization purposes. Over here, you can see your optional power stabilizer jacks here, enclosed underbelly, and there's even a light at the step area there as well. Just above the power jack switch there is your furnace exhaust. Again, that's below the refrigerator area. But that area right there does exhaust out your excess heat and stuff from the furnace. So if it gets wintertime, if it's wintertime or whatever, and you got that on, make sure the kids know not to touch that area right there. It gets very hot. Just above that is the back of the refrigerator for access panel for ventilation, maintenance, that type of stuff is what that is for. You have triple entrance step here going in and out of the coach. These steps are rated for 300 pounds. Does have kind of like the little aluminum cover over it. Large folding entry handle there to help you get in and out of the RV. And right next to that, you will see your model number right there. It's where they usually put them to identify RVs as you're walking around the lot looking at them. You have your 3010 number there. Just below that is also a sticker there that talks about it being aluminum structure vacuum bonded sidewall. You have a couple outdoor speakers out here as well. And then you also have your outside utility shower there with hot and cold water. Now this is the bed slide here on the door side, and there is some exterior storage underneath it here. You also see a couple little advertisement stickers there that remember to, check your tire pressure kind of thing. It's got that little tire pressure monitor advertiser there, and some lion head tire information as well. Entry door for the garage area, again, triple entrance step. You have a entry door and screen door, but no window in this door. Now underneath is your spare tire on this back section here. And there's a little hole in the side of that metal skirting where you would stick a handle in there to crank it down. Kind of reminds you of the back of your car, your truck. And then again, power jack back here is part of the option. And there's a little switch to control that one. Now, if you don't like power jacks and you like manual jacks, that is the norm. So it's your choice, either manual or power jacks, whichever you prefer. But obviously, power jacks cost a little bit more money. The optional rear patio deck, this one is out. You've seen it when we were inside there. So you have little cables that come down, support the weight in patio mode. Again, pre-wired for an observation camera on the back of the RV. Definitely a nice feature to have, helps you see behind you when you are traveling down the road, or even just backing into your campsite and stuff. We're going to pop up a picture of the roof here a little bit. You can see again, this one was ordered with the optional second air, but then there's also plumbing stack vents, TV antennas, that type of stuff, roof vents in there or up there. All those things up there, guys, have sealer on them. So you need to make sure you get up there from time to time, check the seals on those plumbing stack vents, roof vents, TV antennas, all that type of stuff. If it starts to crack open, clean it off. Put down new. You don't use caulking up there. They actually have self-leveling caulks, or not caulks, but the Decor and stuff like that that you're supposed to use up there. So definitely make sure you get the right stuff. Talk with the service guy about that when you're picking up your RV, so you make sure you get the right stuff for the right roof. But it doesn't matter if it's a fiberglass roof, rubber, TPO, PVC, whatever. They're all going to have those same holes up there, and they all need to be sealed. So very important, you know, whatever brand of RV you're buying, make sure you check that stuff out. Your fuel station back here, you got your fuel pump, the fuel on-off switch with the gauge, and then you fill it up there on the left. There is also a light over here, and then one of your side vents for the garage up there as well. You open those from inside. I forgot to mention that. Now, another thing I sometimes forget to mention, you have the MoreRide CRE 3000 center suspension system right here, which kind of acts as shocks for your RV. Now, you can also see a little bit behind that white valve sticking down there. There is your freshwater tank drain. So you do have to kind of get under the RV a little bit there to get to that drain, to drain that out. Now your dump area is right down there, so it's real easy from this side to get under there and hook up your dump hose. But the handles are over here. They are on this side of the RV, and you have your gray, black, and galley handles right there to pull to basically dump everything out. Now, beside the generator compartment right there is kind of like a little docking station area. So you got your city water, freshwater tank fill up, black tank flush, cable, satellite inlets, and your power cord hooks up right there. Now, this customer chose to order theirs without the generator. However, it does come boxed and wired for it as standard. Now, just to the left of that there on the front is some stickers we're going to pop up here for you guys. The first one's going to be your main data sticker. This tells you production date, VIN number, axle sizes, and some tire size information there as well. Gross vehicle weight is also on this. It's the most you can load the RV to before you overload it and probably break it. So remember that number, very important not to exceed that. The next number popping up here, next sticker, is going to be your dry weight sticker, unloaded weight sticker. This is what it weighed when it rolled off the factory assembly line. Next is going to be your cargo carrying capacity sticker. This tells you how much you can load into it before you exceed that gross weight. Again, really important number to pay attention to. Next is going to be your tire sticker. Another important number here, guys. It tells you your tire size, but most importantly, it tells you your tire pressure. Make sure you check tire pressure. That's why they're starting to put tire pressure monitoring systems on a lot of RVs now. People were not checking them, and their tire pressure would drop too low, and they would blow out real easy going down the road. Tires can only hold a certain amount of weight at a certain pressure. If you let that drop, it blows too easily. So definitely remember to check your tire pressure, guys. Very, very important. Up front here, you have a power tongue jack with an LED light built in, two 20-pound propane tanks. There's 2 5/16 hitch ball, safety chains, 7-way Bargman plug for your lights and brakes. Make sure you have a brake controller in your truck so that you can control the brakes on the RV. There's room behind there for 1 or 2 batteries. It will come with 1 deep cycle interstate battery from Couch's RV Nation. It comes with 0 from the RV manufacturer, so wherever you buy from, at least make sure you get 1. There is room for 2 if you want a second one. Talk with your sales guy about that. Pretty nice 3/4 fiberglass cap here with that windshield, some LED lights built in as well. And in the lower section is a metal. Now they do metal instead of fiberglass on a lot of these RVs now, because when you're driving down the road, sometimes the rocks and pebbles and stuff fly off the back of your wheels and things, and they bounce up, and they were hitting those fiberglass caps on a lot of RVs, cracking them, potentially chipping the paints on them, things like that. So it's a lot easier to replace a sheet of metal than it is to re-fiberglass and repaint the front caps. So you are seeing more and more with the 3/4 cap instead of a full cap now. All right, guys, thanks for checking out the video here. We're gonna run back inside. I wanna close it all up, show you what it looks like closed. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're now back inside the Hyper Lite 3310, and I wanna close the slides up for you, show you what this looks like closed. Again, your slide buttons are right here on this monitor panel. So you have bed slide 1, 2, and living room. Bed slide 2 is the actual bed. Bed slide 1 on this unit is the closet. So we are going to set this down here. Just want to kind of show you what this looks like moving. And we'll get an idea here. Now I noticed on the switches, they're rocker switches to run them in and out. It's almost like you need to push the switch twice. So you push it once. I don't know if it's meant to do that kind of thing, but it seems like it just works better when you push it once and then let go, push it again. Might be just a safety thing to make sure you're trying to push the button and not just bumping into it. So that just ran in there. See what that kind of looked like. Now with that closed, I could still technically come in here and use my bed. Now we're going to close up the closet slide here. We're going to zoom the camera in here a little bit so it can see this a little bit better. Maybe a little too much there. But you do have, kind of see how this goes across the floor here. You want to make sure nothing is in the way of that slide floor or any of the slide floors, because it will run it over. So very important to make sure that there's no rocks, pebbles, any of that type of stuff into that section, because it will run them over, possibly rip and damage your floor. So definitely keep an eye on that before you close your slides. Now here you can kind of see you do have a little bit of room to squeeze through there. And same thing from the other side. You could technically go in through the garage and kind of come in that side as well. So for thinner people, you could probably fit through there fairly easy. Larger people, not so much. I'm on that larger side, so it's a little snug to fit in there, but you know, that's one thing to kind of consider on this model, is how does it work when it's closed up? If you're going to a campground all the time and you can open up fully, or a Walmart parking lot and you could bump out that closet slide, that's no big deal then. Now here we have the living room slide. We want to bring that in. Kind of the same thing again. Make sure that nothing is in that floor area that you're going to run over and damage it. Okay, so we are all the way in now. You still have obviously full access to the kitchen here behind me. I could technically sit on the couch if I needed to. or even maybe one person could sleep on the couch if they needed to. You know, if you're just stopping at a rest area and it's just you by yourself. But you can not get to the bathroom. So you kind of see here, this is closed up real close to it. There's not enough room to open the door to get to it. So you would have to bump out this room in order to use your bathroom. I'm gonna walk around to the garage area and kind of show you from that direction. Don't forget, guys, if you are interested in keeping up with more videos, you know, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications when I upload new videos and stuff for you as well. Thanks again, guys, for checking out my videos. I really do appreciate it.